Got a morning or afternoon free this summer? Then check out the rolling hills of Pine Oaks Golf Course in Ocala. Clark Creamer and his staff will offer you a rich golfing experience that allows you to play this Ron Garl design. A fully stocked pro shop along with a snack bar and driving range offer the full golfing experience. So come check out Pine Oaks Golf of Ocala. For more information, go to pineoaksocala.com. Book your tee times now.
All right, 10 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know how big your business is if you're a self-employed person. You know, Robin and I we work here. The radio station is actually a small business. It's owned by a family. It's not our small business, but we actually have a micro business, you and I.
Yes.
And one of the things about our little micro business, and everyone who knows us knows that we play music, and that's what I'm talking about. And we get paid to play, but you still have to file taxes at the end of the year. You still have to do the legal stuff, right?
Yes,
Keep record of your expenses. There's always an accountant who asks, "How much did you spend?"
I know.
And with technology, it's actually becoming easier. And I feel like I'm a couple of steps behind what the rest of the world is doing. Robb Hilson is on the phone. He is an executive at Bank of America, actually a small business executive. So it's a perfect person to ask questions regarding small business. Bank of America's 2015 Small Business Owner Report has recently been published, so he's going to give us the update on that. Good morning, Robb. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Larry. Good to be with you this morning.
Thank you for being with us. Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling out of Coral Gables, Miami.
Oh, nice. Wow,
Nice.
I love that area. So, small business. How do you identify I know ours is small because it's just Robin and I. The radio station is small because it's a family. But when does it stop being a small business? How big do you have to be before you change that label?
Well, we define small business at Bank of America as companies, so from startups to companies that have $5 million in annual sales.
Oh, well, we're definitely small, Robin.
That was the population that we surveyed this time around.
Is that right? Wow, 5 million. So how does the bank actually handle that kind of a business differently than they would somebody bigger than that?
Well, one of the things that we have heard consistently has been that small business owners want greater access to expertise. And so a direct answer by us to that is we've hired about 1,200 small business bankers over the last 4 years, and we've put them in and around our banking centers, our financial centers across America. And those folks are charged with, really understanding how we can help small business owners, what their challenges are, challenges to grow their business, to prosper. And our goal is to be advocates for them and to help them be successful.
Okay, and does that include loans as well as money management tools?
Yeah, absolutely. So while credit matters, we see a number of small businesses challenged by how to handle their payroll, how to collect their receivables faster, how do they pay people faster. And so all of those things are important, and we can help them with that.
And I'm guessing the type of a business would make a difference too. For example, like in our case, it's just simple. Here's the service, and you pay us. But what about like if you had a subscribable product or a subscribable service?
We have 3 million customers, small business customers at Bank of America, and so we've got people in all different kinds of sectors. Some are more capital intensive, and so they are in need of a building to expand or equipment to help their business grow. Many are service related, and they're looking for ways to collect their payments, process their payments faster. So we are interested in talking to any of them.
Was the Affordable Care Act an item on your survey as to what they're concerned about?
Yes, Robin. In fact, when you look at lingering concerns, and we've done surveys for twice a year for 3 years now, always one or two on the list are concerns about healthcare costs and effective leadership in Washington in particular. Now, having said that, the concerns are not as acute today as they were a year and 2 years ago.
Why is that? Why is the concern less now? Are we? There was a report the other day that for the first time since 2008, our local school district is hiring new teachers. So that's a good sign that the economy is recovering.
Yeah, make no mistake, it's still a concern, but I think, obviously a lot of the questions around what's going to happen with the Affordable Care Act have been answered, and so it's how do we navigate in this new environment, if you will, and you touched on it earlier on. In almost every conversation I have with small business owners, and it's borne out, one way or another in the survey is. Small business owners are challenged to navigate in a highly regulatory environment, navigating the red tape, and so making sure that whether it's around how they're taking care of their employees or expanding or whatever, having the expertise on staff, which is very costly, to make sure that they are compliant, whatever business they're in. It's a big challenge for them.
Are some small business owners hiring consultants when they want to grow?
They are, and again, that's, as you well know, it's a cost, and so whether it's hiring a consultant, just obviously by the hour, or actually putting some experts on their payroll full time, it's part of what they're looking for to help them navigate. And of course, talking to one of their bankers might be a way to help solve some of the challenges in growing a business.
Almost every year you read a story about some business that was small last year or 2 years ago, and now they're just unbelievably doing well. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how, it's a testament to this country, the fact that we can do this. So the entrepreneur spirit is alive, and there's plenty of ways to make it come true for you. Let's see, do you have people who are like they have an idea but they're just not ready, and can you take somebody by the hand and maybe send them away without a loan, but give them the information they need so that they can come back maybe a year from now and be better prepared?
No question about it. So that's part of what when we talk about they're looking for expertise. It depending on where they are in their life cycle. So if they're really early stage. Part of what we can do is help them validate whether they have a viable plan or not. And one of the things we also do is we're very connected with community financial institutions, develop CDFIs, nonprofits that are local based. We're a big supporter of them, and in conjunction with them, they can provide some of that startup capital, meaning intellectual capital, or maybe startup capital in dollars, to help get these things off the ground.
And I'm guessing if a company has not kept up with technology and they want to maybe get new computers or whatever that would actually mean in the physical sense, they could come to you guys also for, let's say they're already in business and they just need a loan to catch up with the rest of the world.
Absolutely. Well, that's right down the middle of the fairway for us. To your point, when asked about, how are they going to sustain and grow their business in the future, a very high percentage of small business owners are now using social media to help drive their business. Not surprisingly, millennials are the most likely to use social media versus boomers, but 3/4 of boomers are using social media because they know, it's not going away, and this is a big factor to grow their business in the future.
So small businesses are more adept at offering training programs for their employees to keep up with the world, like Larry said.
Well, what they've said is, here's an interesting data point. So for those that said they would borrow money in the next 12 months, the number one reason to use the funds would be to invest in training and development of their employees.
Oh, really?
But absolutely, jump to the top of the list. And so that I think that was a positive data point, but it also speaks to what they said around it is challenging to find quality folks with the right skills. And so investing in training, employee appreciation programs, almost all of them are doing that. Because they want to invest in them and they want to retain them. It's a big challenge for them.
Robb, thank you so much for being on the air with us. Leave us with a website so we can look into this further, if you would.
Great to be with you. www.bankofamerica.com/smallbusiness.
Oh, easy enough. And actually, Robin has that already on the guest list, and we'll put it on the Facebook page after the morning is over. Robb Hilson, thank you so much.
Great to be with you. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. They're surveying the tornado damage in many Midwestern states this morning, including hard-hit Oklahoma.
The cleanup process has started here at Bridge Creek. Not only are we dealing with homes, but many businesses. We know that the undersheriff here in Bridge Creek says that at around 200 homes were destroyed from this storm, and we're hearing reports as many as 1,500 to 2,000 homes that were damaged from last